Topics may be controversial. Ongoing research confirms our positions. Do your own due diligence, understand the concepts, and arrive at your own conclusions. Please feel free to reflect your considerations and opinions in the comments section.
Does technology really make our lives better? Before venturing into why it is that the more we use technology, the more we as a society will be enslaved by it, take a moment to consider some of the points Ted Kaczynski made in his manifesto, Industrial Society and Its Future, which is linked in the description to this video. We do not endorse the actions of the Unabomber, as he was called, but think it is worth examining the thoughts that inspired his actions. A few examples. Media. Having a look at current society is very clear that huge populations can be swayed by a single piece of information, whether it's true or false, provided online. Whether that information is consumed through TV or internet news, or as rumors via various social platforms, whole populations are stampeded in the direction which owners of the media desire, by being told what to fear, as so few have been taught how to gather information to think critically for themselves. Even rational, credentialed authorities get canceled now because they present ideas which do not support the financial and political aims targeted by those generating the official consensus. One immediate case to illustrate this clearly is the exploitation of the COVID pandemic we are experiencing. Even though humans experience new viruses constantly, and the approaches used this time were useless in the face of a viral outbreak, the economy of the world is brought to a halt, freedoms are curtailed, affecting a huge percentage of the population, and trillions of dollars worth of business float away from small businesses and directly into the hands of big businesses tied to the government actors. Our citizens are simply too logically challenged to realize how pointless it is to wear a mask into a restaurant, but take it off once seated, only to have to put it on again to walk to the restroom. Even now, after the World Health Organization and the Center for Disease Control and others have admitted it was all a lie, governments continue to mandate them for travel, and many people continue to wear them even without a mandate. The after effect of muzzling debate has left citizens misled, confused, and fearful. Children and teens. 30 years ago, children and teenagers were more involved in socializing in person by learning together, communicating, sharing, fighting, and compromising in person. However, with the advancement of smartphones and the internet, younger generations are more addicted to taking the self-created, either by parents or by themselves, comfort zone, and avoiding the important aspects of socializing, thus hindering their psychological development. Now, tech oligarchs or the state can easily brainwash such minds with the content they manufacture and deliver through these phones, effectively isolating entire generations and their thoughts. Also, social media and entertainment causes an increase in dopamine levels, giving a false sense of accomplishment. Food. Technical advancements in the food sector have caused more problems than they have solved. While food is now available 24/7, the nutritional aspects of these items has decreased almost 90% because of the combined effects of the introduction of monoculture, GMOs, seed oils, and pesticides. It also enabled overpopulation of compromised generations born with lots of health issues. Waters are contaminated with acidic chemicals, land fertility is depleted, and now the food we eat is almost no value for our health. Some of these genetic variations of foods help to store it for longer durations, but residual pesticides are not good for our bodies. Now, big corporations are making sure that only GMO foods can be sold or only such seeds can be used for cultivation. Also, any steps taken by independent farmers opposing corporations, destroying their livelihoods, are isolated by these companies and such products are banned. Online dating. Earlier, communities were localized, and even in cities, there were neighborhoods where people got to know each other very well through friends and families and schools, and the bonds established between two partners were very strong before marriage. However, with the advent of online dating services, this skewed the partner finding approach, exposing the hypergamous nature of women. The ratio of dating has become so bad there's a sort of Pareto rule where 80% of the women are dating only 20% of the men. This basically means 80% of the men are left alone, causing severe psychological problems among men, thus resulting in a low confidence population. And at the same time, this is causing irrational and irresponsible behavior among women, preventing them from being able to bond with men. Convenience, security, and safety. With the advent of internet and online banking, people are more likely to use centralized services like credit cards, PayPal, safety devices, etc. However, if any opinions raised by individuals go against the viewpoints of the corporate state, such people are banned from using these services until that individual changes perspective. Also, with safety and security as a pretext, everything in social media is monitored for our own safety, thus taking away our freedom and privacy. Slowly, more encroaching policies are made by these companies, further restricting sovereign freedom and privacy. Problem. One can see in the above examples that technical advancement can lead to unhealthy food, decreased social bonding, increased psychological dysfunction, and the control of entire societies at the expense of safety and security, promiscuity, etc. The primary reason people surrender to technology is that it provides an easy, cheap, and comfortable way of doing things without realizing too much comfort leads to misery. Now, corporations and governments form a single unit where large groups of people can be controlled with propaganda generated by small teams organized by powerful people. The masses possess neither critical thinking, fully developed personalities, or the ability to sustain themselves. Solution. It could be said that there are no solutions, only trade-offs, costs, and benefits. It's up to the people who consume technology to be aware of the negative effects and cautiously mitigate against them as much as they can. Social messaging can create the illusion of intimacy with others, but true intimacy occurs in person. Machines carry us about from home to work and back, but our bodies still need to be worked to enhance health and happiness. It is necessary to find an activity that makes us tired, that burns energy, that makes us sweat, and maybe every bit as uncomfortable as if we had to walk or run to work. The machine saves time, but it doesn't end the need for exercise. This growing awareness requires a lot of effort, which can cause physical pain, and the part of the society which doesn't comprehend that critical reality may think that you're wrong or even crazy. Not understanding these connections, though, can be more painful in the long run. In the long run, by attending to true needs and working to counteract the negative effects of this rising tide of technology, you will have better peace of mind, retain more freedom, and live a happier and healthier life. In the future, the advent of decentralized technologies may prevent monolithic corporate and governmental entities from controlling and monitoring information. But until that time, it's up to the individual citizen to be perceptive when using networked technology and make a conscious effort to avoid taking everything technology offers, because too much convenience is a real possibility that can make people fragile and frail.